Well, hello, 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 and I welcome all of you back, ladies and gentlemen, to the wild, wild west of the internet, otherwise known as Reddit. And today, ladies and gentlemen, well, last time I should say, about this hitchhiker going between Galway and Connemara, and he uncovers some sort of like elite society between both Galway and Connemara, and uh, this guy doesn't know what to believe it. He was hitchhiking and gets a lift from these stupidly rich people, and well, as it turns out, he comes across the guy who tipped him off about this society. Pothead Elton John, he's known as. But you know what? They weren't joking. But you know what? That was a cool little story. I mean, you do get some pretty wild and pretty some bizarre things, but you also just get a thing saying, "Oh, well, that's kind of funny." So now it is time to move on. I was traveling in Honduras with a girl I was seeing. We were traveling with her sister and some other people staying in a hostel. During the September 15th celebrations in this little town, there were a whole bunch of festivities going on, so we went out and enjoyed the day. At night, walking back to the hostel, we started to fool around a bit. We were making out in the town plaza. We couldn't get back to the hostel, so take it further since our friends were there, but it was really dark outside, and the town plaza had some columns and areas that were relatively private, so we just decided to have sex there. We start banging in between a couple of the columns, so she is leaning back against a column and we are kind of on the ground, on the ground, and after a little while, she starts shaking and I look at her and she has this weird look on her face and is shaking like crazy. I think, whoa, she is having the craziest orgasm I've ever seen. Then I felt a really strange sensation all through my legs. And I think, whoa, I'm having a really crazy orgasm too. It probably isn't. I had this sensation I couldn't really place, but it was familiar. Then I placed a sensation. Electricity. I realize I'm being electrocuted through my legs. I was wearing a condom, and I look at her and realize she is too. I pull us both to the side. I look at the column she was leaning against, and there were exposed wires coming out of it. She was kind of crying and freaking out because she thought she was gonna die and couldn't move. Good lord. Good lord. Okay, so the famed, oh yes, the famed, we are going to, well, zap it up to, this is literally zapping it up to the extreme. Good lord, that's that, of all the things I have to reference in this, a Solitude reference of all things, really? I mean, good lord, I mean, well, I'm not really too sure what to add apart from two things we can learn from this, guys. First of all, don't have sex outside. And two, if you are going to have sex in a particularly dark place, better make sure you know exactly what you're leaning against first, because there's nothing worse than being... I mean, electrocuted to death is a pretty insane thing when you think about it. But it's also pretty insane to do it at the moment of climax. I mean... I've seen Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know what happens to Maxwell Dillon, but you can't really be telling me that. Well, I mean, to be fair, do you think Jamie Foxx enjoyed playing Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2? Because for some reason I didn't really feel like he enjoyed it for some reason. But what do I know? It's not like that was the very first Spider-Man movie I had ever saw when I was 16. But anyways. Yeah, like I said, zapping it to the extreme, and, well, that's just kind of nuts. But with all that being said and done, well, may God be with you all, and, well, thy kingdom come and all that, and I'll see all of you guys again next time. Take care.